Thanks, Diane. I really appreciate everyone being here tonight, pulling this together on relatively short notice. Thank you for those who've contributed to the festivities this evening. That's important. We are facing a crucial year. We're all aware of the things that we're reading in the newspapers. We are aware that there is a great deal of unrest in the country, that there is a great deal of new political energy that is coming to the fore that hasn't really been palpable before. But I think that's a good thing, because I think these individuals, as they come forward, and I've been in many groups where you hear someone say, well, you know, I never voted in a primary before. I never thought it was important. Well, it is important. And I believe whether people be associated with the Tea Party or the 912 or just a disaffected conservative, as people come forward, they're going to more naturally align with our candidates that are chosen on the Republican side. And there's a reason for that, because the myth of the Democratic conservative is exactly that. It's like the tooth fairy. It doesn't exist. I will tell you that as someone who works part of my week in Washington, D.C. I see people who label themselves as conservative Democrats, but the very first vote that they make when they get sworn into a new Congress is to vote for Speaker. And they don't get to vote for the tooth fairy, they get to vote for Nancy Pelosi. And as a consequence, we can say that, well, I'm a conservative Democrat and I'm not for the cap and trade bill that passed the House. But if you vote for Nancy Pelosi, this is Nancy Pelosi's cap and trade bill, and by default, you are endorsing that bill. Now, we have a cap and trade bill, we've got a health care bill. I don't know if you have kept up with it. We've got a financial regulation bill that is going to institutionalize too big to fail, and you get to pay for that for the rest of your natural lives. There are some big things out there, and yet what we should be concerned about in the United States Congress, in my humble opinion, is economy and jobs, and that's what I hear about every day. Small business, and every politician that I know will stand up on the stump and say small business is the engine that drives our economy, and small business is what creates the jobs in this country. And yet, we're putting an 8% payroll tax on small business with our health care bill. People are scared to death to hire an employee right now. Well, the economy may be a little bit better. Things in Texas are looking up, thank God. But I'm not going to hire anyone because I don't know what you're going to do to me in Washington next month or the month after. I don't know what you're going to do to my energy prices next month or the month after. And I sure don't understand this financial regulation bill, but I got a feeling that I'm going to have to hire a whole contingent of lawyers to get me through my filing every year on these new regulations that you're putting in front of me. So no, I may have a saddle shop, I may have an electronic shop, I may run a cardiology office, but I'm not hiring anyone. In fact, I may let a few people go because of what you're doing in Washington. This is the problem that we have. When you look at the 5 million jobs we've lost this year, it's because of the federal regulations that we are proposing out there, and people are scared to death to add new jobs as the economy recovers. So if we were smart, I think we would end this discussion, figure out, we know what's wrong with the healthcare system, fix pre-existing conditions, fix some stability with tort reform, allow people to buy insurance across state lines if you want real competition. The government can't provide competition, and then get out of the way. Perhaps there's some things we can do on the tax code that makes the environment a little bit more suitable for creating jobs. Great, do it, and then get out of the way. When I proposed this to our good friend in the Treasury, Mr. Timothy Geithner, he said that broad political philosophy is what has been responsible for the largest economic collapse that anyone has ever seen. Sir, I just articulated market capitalism to you, and you said that that's what's responsible for the economy failing? If that's your understanding, we need a new Secretary of the Treasury. Kevin Brady had already articulated that. I didn't second it. I just said I didn't think he should have been hired in the first place. But that was another story. It goes back to earlier in the year. We have a lot of problems in front of us in Washington, and we are arguing about the things that make the least amount of difference to the American people. We really need to get back to the basics, which is economy and jobs. There are plenty of things we can do in this arena right now, and unfortunately we're going to get to Washington and we're going to do some things that are actually going to be counterproductive. But I thank you for the support you've given me in the past. I thank you for your friendship. It doesn't seem possible that it was basically on this night in 2002 when many of us met for the first time. It's unbelievable that the time has passed as quickly as it has. I am running for my 5th term. I don't know what life holds for me beyond that point. Our congressional district, 26th congressional district, is the second largest in the state, the 11th largest in the country. Redistricting is going to happen. My good friends in the state legislature. Redistricting is going to happen next after the 2010 census, and my district will, of necessity, look vastly different in the years to come. So this is the last year that the 26th district will resemble the boundaries that it has today. But it has been a great district for me. I'm running through the tape. There is no area of my district that I am considering as not representing this year coming forward, these next 2 years coming forward. I'll be there for constituents from Gainesville down to Everman and everywhere in between, and especially in Denton County. So thank you all.